When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Israel, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is exceedingly wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just receive the listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride. Just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. Praise ya. Praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we back by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is exceedingly wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just receive the listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. Praise ya. Praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. Praise ya. Praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise, yeah. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed with a smiling face. The praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation. And I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. Praise ya. Praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They rob still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold.
They did. Yahweh put them up.
Shalom, Facebook. Shalom, YouTube. Welcome to our prophecy class. Today we are in the prophet Jeremiah. But before we get started, does anyone have any questions?
Close that door.
I have a question.
Appreciate it.
It was from yesterday,
Mhm.
class, and it was on Revelations chapter 13, verses 1 to 18. When you were talking about the two beasts, what were the two beasts you said?
The first beast was the government.
Uh-huh.
The second beast would be that false prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and again, we are in, you look at Jeremiah, chapter 30. And when we read chapter 30, what I would like for you to do is compare what is written in chapter 30 with what we're seeing today and see if they match up.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 1.
Mhm.
Wait till the elder get it.
Hmm?
Wait till the elder get it.
You gotta go in the other direction, Elder. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good Bible. I need that Bible right there. Them things sticking out on the page tell you where to go.
Hmm.
We trying to get Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Go this way.
We at Jeremiah 30.
Mhm.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh Elohim of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Yehudah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it.
Mhm.
And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Yehudah. But thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask you now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Why do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
So we recognize what this verse is referring to, right?
Thank you, bro.
In verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Why Jacob? Why not everybody else? Because you're the stars of the show.
To Jew first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we read in Revelation 13 yesterday, the beast is going to make war with the saints and overcome them. So this is the time of Jacob's trouble. That's what they're referring to. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve Yahweh their Elohim, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
Is that happening now? Of course not. Look what it said here. In verse 8, it says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh." Notice it says, "in that day." That means it was a particular day. It wasn't near or far, just a day. "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him." Now, does that fit the description of the people over there in the land today?
No.
Of course not. They've never been in bondage, and nobody's ever made a prayer of them. They made a prayer of everybody else, though. It's the complete opposite. But here's something that sticks out that none of the other prophets say. It says in verse 9, "But they shall serve Yahweh, their Elohim, and David, their king, whom I will raise up unto them." Ezekiel said the same thing. Uh, David been dead a long time now. So he said, "I'm going to raise him up again." Um, you don't hear that being said by anybody else except for the prophets. But we have a king that's been raised up again. No other king has ever been said is going to be raised up again. But David, this man did things that he could have lost his life according to the law.
Mm-hmm.
But yet and still, y'all was going to raise him back up. That's something special about David, in that the Mashiach is of the house of David. He's the kings of David. In verse 10, "Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid." Those people are afraid 24/7 over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like I said, they've never been in captivity. So how is it they say that they're the people of the book, but you've never been in captivity? The only people been in captivity is us. So again, it falls short as them saying, claiming to be who we are. And there are some people starting to realize that when you look at some of the YouTube videos, they starting to say some things about that very, very subject, especially us. Uh, so I haven't watched any of them. I think some of I think Elder Shalai wanted me to pull one up. I forgot what the name of it was, but I think it said the God of black people is going to punish white people.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have
Wow.
to look that up. That might be not the exact title.
But it's a different ones. I noticed it. It's like they put out a lot of different stuff.
Because I know it was one.
You seen it?
Shan sent me one a while back. It said that it's a guy that's narrating it. A brother saying the God of the black people is using Trump to punish
Yeah, I heard
America.
that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, punish white people,
punish America.
punish America,
Yeah, to take down America.
I kind of
using black people to take down America.
The God of was it the God of the black people?
Like the God of black people.
He's using Trump.
Is using Trump to tear this country down, basically.
I can see that. He got them politicians all pissed off with him. I can see that.
Yeah, but he's trying to pull the country together.
I know it.
But the result of it is going to be torn apart.
Oh yeah.
You know, you got too many people don't want this country to continue. They want America destroyed. And these are the people, the citizens of its own country. Want your own country destroyed.
Too many traitors. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we got a bunch of Benedict Arnolds up in here. So I can't understand why you want to destroy your own country.
What they well, like people, these people paid by Soros and people that nature do with that what they're doing.
Well, we know the protesters that we see out there against ICE are paid protesters.
Yeah, I saw what they call that, robotics or whatever. I saw some people exercising in front of an ICE department. They had that they had what they had on leotards and everything, men and women out there doing exercise in front of ICE, that agency.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they protesting by exercise.
Well, they get paid to do stuff like that, Steve. That's all that is.
Yeah, I know it, but I'm
And
just
none of
saying.
them people that protest are sincere.
I'm saying what I'm saying is that's some of the work of those left wing party, right? Socialists and all that.
Right.
And people can see through that. You
Yeah.
see through that.
Yeah. Yeah. Except for black people. Black people can't see through it.
Shalom, bro.
Yeah, shalom, man. Welcome back. Yeah, so again, I had to point this out because this is what Christians miss when they read the Bible, when they don't read what they call the Old Testament. This is prophecy here. This is talking about a future event. It seems like to me you might want to try to understand what this means, but they don't even bother going there, man. They're so glad to be a Christian that they can't even see straight. They don't even bother reading the Bible. What's the point? You going to heaven?
Right.
Yeah.
Saved.
So what's the point of reading the Bible? But that's the mindset of most Christians. They don't want to know what the book says. They want to see what the preacher preaching about. They want to see who got on the nicest clothes and longest hair. That's all black Christians are about. They don't ain't about reading this book. They don't want to read this book. You might throw a couple of verses out there, but that you better cut it off. And you better start saying something. That's too much already. Go ahead, Steph.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 11. For I am with thee, saith Yahweh, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. But I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
Mm-hmm.
But thus saith Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased.
Mm-hmm.
Why cry thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee.
Mm.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Mm-hmm.
For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh, because they call you an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
Now again, this is you don't have a seat at the UN. Nobody asks us how to solve the world's problems. Now, there was a time when uh, black people would get highly educated, become a doctor and all that, but nobody would hire them. And so they kept on pushing and kept on pushing to nowadays. And these hospitals now, they're specialists, but it's been a hard road to cover. It shouldn't have taken that much effort for anybody else to go as far as white folks. They'll let the Mexican go far, Japanese, Chinese, anybody but us. There's something personal about us. I don't know what it is. Uh, they got their own personal reasons, but we know what it is. That is Yahweh putting a hate in their heart towards us because we're still under curses. No matter how smart you are, how much money you make, you're still under curse if you're not keeping these commandments. Yeah, man.
You know, Colin Powell, that was Ronald Reagan, boy. He loved Colin Powell. He said,
Mm-hmm.
whatever he said, Colin Powell said, do it. But when that thing happened, that little fake stuff they pulled off up there in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and Colin Powell told Bush Jr., say, let's use diplomacy. Let's not go over there and just bomb that man's land. I read that article that say he didn't even pay him no attention.
That was
Bush Jr.
in Iraq.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Colin Powell. And
he didn't want to do it.
he didn't pay him no attention.
Oh.
They say he just turned a deaf ear on it.
So why did he back them up then, saying that they have those missiles over there?
I don't know, but like I said, him and Colin Powell, they had a disagreement about that whole thing. Initially, they did.
He joined the crowd after a while, though.
Well, you know, we probably had no choice.
Yeah. You know how he died?
I think I heard y'all say something about that.
He died after he took that COVID-19 medicine.
That's right. That's right.
Shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because before he died, he was writing a book.
Uh-oh.
exposing Dr. Fauci.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Who
so
call him Pop?
hmm
I think I heard something about that.
huh?
I think I heard something about that
Yeah, he was writing a book about Dr. Fauci
because he was in pretty good shape. He was in pretty good health.
till he took that shot.
You ain't
Yeah.
heard nothing about him being sick and nothing. He just died all of a sudden.
Yeah. So I guess that might have been a hit to keep him from publishing that book. Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Elder,
Yeah.
verse 11, for I am with thee, says Yahweh to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. That part of the verse, even you said all nations where I have scattered thee. That means Europe and Asia too.
Everywhere.
So full end of their existence or full end of their power.
He said, verse 11, for I am with thee,
Yeah.
saith Yahweh, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. So where we've been scattered, this is how much value Yahweh's placed on us as far as the places that we're in. So I can make a full end of the nation, but I won't make a full end of you. Now, when you go back in Isaiah, uh, he says basically the same thing. In Isaiah, let me see here. In Isaiah 43, uh, in verse 4, it says, since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee, therefore will I give men for thee and people for thy life. So that's the same makes sense because he values us more than the values what places we've been scattered to. Okay? All right.
So the lands are going to be there, and we're going to occupy those lands with the remnant of what's left from that destruction.
Well, first of all, we got to have our land divided unto us. Once that's done, the Mashiach being king probably send us out to other people's lands to teach them the law. Okay, they all got Bibles, but they don't know how to read it. So that'll be, I imagine that'd be part of the Melchizedek priesthood to go out to all the nations because we're supposed to be a kingdom of priests, right? So it's supposed to go out there and teach the nation Yahweh's law.
So
Let them know that it's a one world government now, a new world government. So you can't worship the God you used to worship. We got to bust up all of that.
And that's what I was trying, what you just, because it seems like their authority, their ideology, culture, all that is done.
Yeah.
So that's the end of those nations' ideology,
Well,
not them fleshing.
well, it says in verse 11, though I make a full end of all nations, will I have scattered you? I will destroy these nations while I get you up out of there. I'll destroy every man, woman, and child up in there. That's how much value he placed on his people. So it's a very powerful verse, considering it shows how much love Yahweh has for his people, that he will kill people over us. I haven't heard of a God ever saying that about the people that worship him. But Yahweh, what it shows is a very personal relationship between us and Yahweh. So remember, he says he's a jealous God. What God is jealous over anybody other than Yahweh? You don't see Buddha or Allah being jealous over nobody. But it's a personal relationship we have with Yahweh. He let us know, yeah, this person, I would kill people over you. Yeah. Did I get that?
Yeah, and then, while you was, I don't mean, I wasn't ignoring you, but I was going through my mind on some of the things that man can do to him, their inhumane ways of treating people. As you
Yeah.
might think they are gods.
Well, Yahweh put us in those captivities, right?
No, I'm not talking about the captivity. I'm just talking about mankind, period. When you look at all of the destruction throughout history that done happened on the earth, that man was acting in a godlike manner of destroying certain people, not just us. I mean, it's a whole lot of people who done went through some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you think that's so?
I mean, it's y'all's. I know it's under Yahweh's authority, but I'm just saying it seems like they go to the extreme of them being a actual God. when like like Nebuchadnezzar, look what I did.
Yeah.
Instead of giving the,
Yeah, you're gonna have those type of dictators out there thinking they're God. The king of Tyrus thought he was God too, then. Yeah, but outside of that, what would be the reason why the earth is not at peace?
We're not in our land.
That's one.
I give that back to you.
It's actually Satan.
Yes.
Satan don't want no peace. Ever since Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, man didn't have no peace. When you get up into Genesis 6, during the time of Noah, you already saw that man had corrupted themselves, were very violent. So that carried on up until this very day. And so in this case, it ain't got nothing to do with what we see today. It's just that he letting you know I'm putting much value on you. I don't care about anybody else. Nobody but you. All right? Did I get that for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Brother Seven.
You didn't know it's coming from. Go over there. Ain't no we can do about that.
That's that furniture store.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 18. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof.
Why isn't the city being built upon her own heap now?
The destruction that's going on when we get through with it.
Well, it's a dispute between the Arabs, the Muslims, and the Edomites. The Muslims claim that as one of their holy sites, Jerusalem, and they don't want anybody else in that city. So it's a standoff between Esau and the Muslims. You got the Dome of the Rock over there, the Al Aqsa Mosque, and those are the Muslims' holy places. So if that was the case, then shouldn't those people that say they're Jews, shouldn't Jerusalem be the capital? Because what's the capital today? Tel Aviv. Why is that? Why can't you make Jerusalem the capital and you're supposed to be the chosen people? Why don't you just go and take the city?
They get wiped out.
Yeah, well, again, we know, but nobody ever asked that question. Even Trump had to designate Jerusalem as a place for the embassy, American embassy. He had to do that. Now, why couldn't y'all do it? But again, these are Gentiles. It's their world. It was coming to an end, and we ain't gonna stop. Let them do what they want to do. Yahweh put this world in their hand, and you see what they've done with it. So it's gonna come all back on them. They can't say, "Well, we the reason why everything happened." Well, which we are, but nevertheless, we didn't try to overthrow this government. We didn't try to do anything against this government. We love this government. The government gives us free stuff. So, well, we'll sabotage that. So the problem is with that welfare thing, Trump trying to trim that thing down because, and black people don't understand it. Like, they think he's coming after them.
No.
No, he's coming after those illegals. Because they getting the welfare too. They getting food stamps. They getting free health care. That's supposed to go to America, not the illegal alien.
I tell you,
black people don't understand that.
I tell you, and I was telling Deacon Zach this yesterday at my school. We got past 2 years, we had a large enrollment of Muslims, and they come through there, man. They got the 2024 Denali 2000. I'm like, what jobs are they having? I mean, dress nice. I mean, and barely the children speak good English. The parents don't speak. They speak very broken English.
Yes.
So a lot of times the children have to translate for them. But they come over there. I mean, one day doing that. I'm like, wait a minute, you just had a new. Now you got another new car 3 months later.
They bring cash with them.
Where is this coming from?
Right.
Yeah.
Illegal aliens don't have no cash.
No.
They come to get the cash. But then Muslims, they come over here prepared.
Oh yeah, they got.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be broke over here in America.
They come with commodities. They come with precious stones and metals.
Who?
those Muslims and those Africans and the ones with the colored dots. They come with
Indians.
commodities. Yeah, they come with commodities.
Yeah,
You know, and
they got their own
trade it
section
out in pairs.
of town over there on North Decatur Road and Church Street.
Yeah, that's why I said, well, that's why I work at up there.
Do you?
Yeah, when you're going up, in fact, if you come anywhere on Claremont from Briar Cliff all the way down to Lawrenceburg Highway and up, you see a lot of Esau, you see a lot of the Arabs, you see a lot of the Muslims. It's just that diversion. They black, they white, they well, you know, pink, brown, beige, yellow. And they get along pretty well, you know, it's no issue. But that's what they are. You ride down Claremont, you go up there, like you said, Church Street. I used to live over there in Clarkson. It's deep over there.
Yeah, I know.
Mogadishu and Somalia.
Yeah, Emory right down the street.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, they all over that side of town, man, and you don't see Jake over there except he working in the store.
No, Jake living over there too because when you go up there by that Quick Trip, they got this big, large apartment complex that's going to take up 2 blocks over here, and they own homes over there too.
Yeah.
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 Basically, there's no renters over there other than apartments. All everything else is owned. If you live in a house over there, you own it.
Zach got him over there where he live at.
Yeah, I know.
Good. And man, when I go through there, them folks come down there, Muslim, Indians walking down them sidewalks over there, man.
Yeah.
All over there. You
Like
been
they-
over there like
they own the place.
Yeah, they're all over there, Zach.
Up there where I live at. I'll be there in that subdivision I live in. That's all in there.
Well,
Yeah.
all I got is black folk in my apartment.
Me too. That's all I got.
Damn,
I got thugs over there.
You ain't going nowhere.
too much in the hood.
Johanna trying to get me to move. So man, you need to move out of there.
You know, that's a bad driveway you got, bro.
Yeah, I do it. They tell transmission on the car on it.
Yeah.
Going up the hill.
Yeah, I'm talking about just turn into the apartment complex.
Steve,
You risking your life.
on the serious tip, if you go down Claremont, it's a property called Decatur Highlands. A 1 bedroom is $750 a month.
I need to get down there then.
It's right across from the VA hospital.
Go ahead, read, Steve.
Let's see. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse I'm gonna start 18 again. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Yaakov's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engage his heart to approach unto me, saith Yahweh?
Mm-hmm.
And you shall be my people, and I will be your Elohim. Behold, the whirlwind of Yahweh goeth forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
The fierce anger of Yahweh shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the latter days you shall consider it.
Now, how would you recognize when the latter days are? Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
What would make you know when the latter days are? Because you go ahead.
The signs.
Yeah. Well, that goes what I was going to say. The knowledge that you're getting now,
Yeah,
like we just read here,
right.
if you can see it talking about us. So these must be the latter days that we're talking about. And then you go back into the law books. It talks about the latter days then that we're going to consider in the latter days. So you can recognize the latter days if you didn't see that this thing pertained to you. This doesn't pertain to Christians. Christians don't have a latter days. No other group on this earth has a latter day. But we're looking at the latter days because of the prophecies that already been prophesied about the destruction of America in Isaiah and also in Jeremiah, but also the return of the children of Israel back into the land. Who recognizes that? We do. So for us, these are the latter days. We see the things happening in America, matching up with what the Bible says. That makes us believe that these are the latter days. Nobody else can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at what's going on with what's written. That will be the latter days of the time that we're going to be here in America, and time for America to be destroyed. These are the latter days. So nobody else has a latter day. We're the only ones.
And one of her closest allies, done turned her back, Britain and France is falling since Obama gonna expel France out of Kabuna.
Burkina Faso.
Yeah, and Great Britain done stopped sharing intelligence with America.
Who's that now?
Great Britain, England, they done stopped sharing intelligence. Espionage, they done stopped sharing with America, and France is falling.
Yeah.
So right now, like you said, America is America, the destruction of America. We can see it coming, and you can see the allies turning away and failing.
Yeah, even white folks can see it.
Yeah.
And plus, you consider the next year, in July 4th, 2026, that'll be the 250 year of America being an empire.
Mm.
So that is a timeline on all empires. 250 years. America hits 250 years next year.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if some go off in commemoration of it.
Yeah.
Some American enemies may blow up some over here and cause some kind of distress to come into this country because next year is the end of this empire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like you said, these prophecies have to come in view. We seeing them now. You know what the old man used to talk about years ago, but namely one, the Mashiach said, "Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold."
Mm-hmm.
And you take that and put it right with our people.
Yeah.
We didn't used to what we doing now, especially them young kids. We didn't do that. Me and you didn't even roll like that.
No.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So somebody asked me the other day, what can we do about it? And I basically told them what you told them. All that money they putting in community programs and all that stuff is not going to work.
No.
They throw out tons of money at our people,
Yeah.
build parks, basketball racks, but nobody's in the house, right? So that thing has to run its course.
Yeah.
That's all you can say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got this. We coming to the end of the worst times of America's life.
Right.
Because you got all this convenience, you got all this super technology, but it's not going to save this country. As a matter of fact, it's part of the detriment of this country.
Oh, yeah. And AI, yeah.
Yeah. So
when the technology started out, they didn't consider the crime. They had to put up what they created a new crime, cyber crime. You know, identity theft, stealing out your bank account. So now they created a new crime. When we didn't have to worry about nothing but violence and burglary. Now you got to worry about your whole identity being stolen.
Yeah.
And it's through technology.
That's right.
I know it, man, but that's the natural progress of a superpower. It's going to come to the point where anytime you're a superpower or the big dog, you're going to have enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So America's got its fair share of enemies on the outside and on the inside. So that's why we can see that it's not going to be very long before America falls because of the situation she finds herself in. Because now the rest of the superpowers, they want to be the big dog.
Mm-hmm.
So America's standing in the way. So she got to fall. Go ahead, my dear.
So, and another thing, Elder, that World Cup is coming here next year too.
Who?
The World Cup. World Cup.
The Olympic
match.
It's soccer. The World Cup is
Soccer.
gonna have all kinds
Soccer.
of people.
Soccer
It's gonna be
event.
all kinds of people here from different places.
Yeah.
So how do you know there's somebody that's gonna sneak in that's not supposed to?
Well, they probably already here.
Yeah.
The soccer team's already here.
That's a good way for them to get into here too. Stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, in the early centuries, early 19th century, early 20th century, the anarchists,
Yeah.
they were, you know, waiting for big moments, big things to do their attack.
Right. Right. So I just want to emphasize though these words of latter days,
Mm-hmm.
so that we recognize what the latter days are, because now y'all are starting to show us what the book is saying, and say we read this book and then look out what you're looking at in the window and see if that don't match up. Those will be the latter days. Will be the latter days of anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's the children of Israel. Go ahead, brother. Seth.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 1. At the same time, saith Yahweh, will I be the Elohim of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus saith Yahweh, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause them to rest. Yahweh hath appeared of old unto me, saying, yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee.
See what we say, Yahweh's gonna give people for our lives.
Mm.
See, this is everlasting. That's me and you forever, right? I'm not gonna love anybody else. I don't want anybody else. I want you, right? So this is what you call, this is godly love. You can't break godly love. He can't. I mean, he can be jealous and he can be angry, but the love never stops. The reason he chastises because he loves us. He's trying to get us to act like we got some sense. Keep the law, keep these commandments, do good, don't worship any God, don't break the covenant. That our father didn't have much to do outside of that. They were farmers, so they didn't have that many distractions. So, but then the type of people we are, our father was rebellious. So now we see what that rebellion has led to. We over here, just not finding out that we the people of the book, and that God does loves only one people. That's us. So we can take that with us and sleep restfully, knowing that even though the whole world hates us, we got a God that loves us. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Call me all the names you want. Yeah, but we got God. We got Yahweh. So and we got His everlasting love. That's when a God says everlasting, that never ends. It'll last forever. So we comfort ourselves with these types of words here, knowing that Yahweh is not forsaking His people. We are still His people. He let us know this is what I've got in store for you. All right, go ahead, brother Seth.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 4. Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O virgin of Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry.
Now, he calling Israel a virgin again. She been a whore.
Mm-hmm.
But now he calls, that's how much love he has for his people, that he can make them a virgin again. Just like he made Sarah to conceive and Elizabeth to conceive, he can also cause a nation to become a virgin. Now, that means if you're a virgin, they're just like the 144,000. They were virgins. That means they never worship any other God. So the same thing, the same group of Israelites coming back into the land, they're going to uh, be be 100% for their husband, and that they won't worship any other God. Now, our father worshiped other gods so that they became whores. But opening up our eyes and getting baptized in the name of Yeshua, and not going to any other religion, that means we're virgins again. Okay, a nation that's a virgin. Now, that's how he's going to look at us. We didn't see the God that our fathers saw. All we did was heard about it. But we see the same pattern here in America. We got a whole nation of gods, especially JC. And you got Allah, you got Buddha. And so you got all these different religions over here. And for 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 someone to hear this truth, get baptized, be born again, you born again a virgin. For you to turn this down and go back to Christianity,
Wow.
that means you are whole.
Mm-hmm.
You committed adultery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got that here too. So go ahead, brother Seth.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planter shall plant, and shall eat them as common things.
Mm-hmm.
But there shall be a day that the watchman upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto Yahweh our Elohim.
What is Zion? I see it all the time. There's no city called Zion.
Right.
They all got names, but what is Zion?
Peace.
Hmm?
Peace, like Jerusalem, the city.
So did you say peace?
Yeah.
No, that's Salem.
Salem, okay.
Yeah. Huh?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Yeah, up here, they're like the city of peace. You know, that's why I kind of.
Well, it's a little bit more than that. Jerusalem's talking about the mountains, the mountains of Zion. So Jerusalem sits in mountains. So that's what they refer to as Zion,
Okay.
right? The city that sits in the mountain, that's Zion, right? I think Jebusites was in Zion before we took it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
So it's a region, a mountain region.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jerusalem sits in the mountains.
Right. Yeah.
Now, you can't tell it from our standpoint because I was watching it on television. We don't get that many shots of it on television because the Muslims don't want you up in there. And so, again, that's one of their holy sites. Medina is one of the holy sites, and
Mecca.
Mecca
Mhm.
is one of the holy sites. How come they get 3?
Get 3. They violent enough to take it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 7. But thus saith Yahweh, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations, publish you, praise you, and say, O Yahweh, save thy people, the remnant of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together.
Mm-hmm.
A great company shall return thither.
Mm.
They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn.
Mm.
Hear the word of Yahweh, O you nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him and keep him as a shepherd does his flock.
Mm-hmm.
For Yahweh had redeemed Jacob and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of Yahweh for wheat and for wine and for oil and for the young of the flock and of the herd. And their soul shall be as a watered garden, and they shall not sorrow any more at all.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the virgin rejoice and the dance, both young men and old together. For I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them, and make them rejoice from their sorrow.
Mm.
And I will saturate the soul of the priests with fatness, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, saith Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith Yahweh, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rachel, weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children, because they were not. Thus saith Yahweh, refrain thy voice from weeping, and thine eyes from tears, for thy work shall be rewarded, saith Yahweh, and they shall come again from the land of the enemy. And there is hope in thine end, saith Yahweh, that thy children shall come again to their own border.
Mm.
I have surely heard Ephraim bemoaning himself thus, Thou hast chastised me, and I was chastised as a bullock unaccustomed to the yoke. Turn thou me, and I shall be turned, for thou art Yahweh my Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
Surely after that I was turned, I repented, and after that I was instructed. I smote upon my thigh. I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did better reproach of my youth. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child? But since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still. Therefore my bowels are troubled for him. I will surely have mercy upon him, saith Yahweh.
In verse 20, it says, "Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child? For since I spake against him, I do honestly remember him still. Therefore, my bounds of trouble for him, I will surely have mercy upon him, saith Yahweh." That means that even though Yahweh was angry with our fathers and kicked them out of the land by the Assyrians, and he sends prophets to them all the time, but they refuse to come back to Yahweh. So he had them scattered out of the land. He said, "But I still miss you. I want you back." So yeah, we're talking about the whole tribe, all 12 tribes. And he's angry with, you see it all the time. He's angry with our fathers all the time because they refuse to keep his law, worshiping other gods right in his face, killing each other, committing adultery with each other, going lying with their own sister. And he let Yahweh seeing all this, said, "I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to kick you out the land because you defile my sanctuary with your gods and your sacrifices, and I just can't stand you no more. So you got to go." So now we're just not seeing here that Yahweh still repentant of him doing that. They say, "I'm gonna still bring you back, even though I beat you down. I'm gonna still bring you back because I still love you. You make me so mad, though. I just have to lay hands on you because you won't listen. You're hard headed, right? But I still love you."
Yahweh, he beat his wife and spanked his children too, don't he?
Well, I think this is more chastising the children.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think you can't look at him destroying his people that's beating his wife.
Yeah.
He chastising his children. And so we don't. And I asked this question yesterday about uh, beating your wife,
Hmm.
and like mentioned before, the law says if someone deserves stripes, you got to give them 40 stripes, right? The question is, does that apply to women too?
But when you said that, I agree with it. But now the Gentiles had a different law. Now, if somebody, in the old days, especially, the old West or whatever, they hang men, but they didn't hang women. She could kill somebody, they didn't hang her.
You sure?
They didn't hang women.
Then also the woman who was in on the thing with Abraham Lincoln.
Far as I know, they just gave them jet.
So women involved with that?
Yeah, they got it for Harvard.
Yeah, I remember them hanging them conspirators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the scaffold.
Yeah.
And so, is the women involved in that
It was a
too?
woman, just one
One of them
woman.
was a
Yeah.
woman?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I stand to be correct because I never read about them hanging women. Women they just gave them hard jail time.
Yeah, well, women weren't as vicious as men were back
Right.
in the days, and the men still value women
Oh yeah.
to a certain extent. But you very rarely hear about women being lynched or hung, except by our people.
That's what I'm saying. Them Gentiles didn't do that.
Yeah.
It might be like you said. It might have been a rare occasion, but like I said, they could kill a man, steal a horse or whatever. They just got jail time.
No, horse thief got hung.
All
Yeah.
her thieves got hung.
Yeah, but I'm saying they hung the men, but they didn't hang the women. The women got jail time.
Well, our law say they need
Oh yeah.
bad stripes too.
Oh yeah.
And another thing, because the women pirates, they only got jail. You have a point on certain things. They didn't hang the women. They put the women in jail, but they hung the men for piracy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Elder, you're right. The Romans, these people over here, they cruel. You gonna hang a man for stealing a horse?
Yeah, man, horse was valuable back
Yeah,
then.
but I'm saying that's crazy.
The car.
Stealing.
A horse thief, man. Yeah.
And they had, back before we came over here, the Romans had two thieves up there on a tree. But they were just criminals, just common criminals.
They were thieves, right?
Right.
But you're under Roman law.
Yeah, you're gonna kill a man for stealing something.
Yeah, that's Roman law.
That's what I'm saying. These some cruel
It's
people.
against the law for us to be black.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So,
DW, what they call it? DWB, driving while black.
yeah.
They pull you over.
Yeah. You're black. And you fit the description that just got on the radio. You look just like it. So I'll be seeing some of the videos, man, of the police pulling folk over, black people. putting white cop putting black people over and giving them a hard time, right? Let me see some ID. You look like a suspect we heard about, right? And what it ends up being is that the person he pulled over is his police chief.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
yeah. He had to back down hard and fast. Oh man, what have I done?
Chief was real cool with it. I saw that video.
Yeah. I mean, it shows. See, look at it. Look at it. I'm federal. I'm federal. And you caught doing this to me. Last time I saw one, the guy said, "You done lost your job, but you ain't gonna be no police no more. 'Cause look what you just did. Took my money. Took his money."
They showed a clip where they had a football game. I saw it on news, and the players was running up the aisle off the field, and one of them bumped into a state trooper, and he shoved him. They got rid of that trooper.
I saw the video, man, and the trooper actually hit him
Okay.
as they were coming out that tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran walk. He didn't have to. I mean, he went right through the rest of us, a whole bunch of them, right?
Right.
Went straight to the dude and bumped him. And dude turned around and said, "What's up?" And then it started raising hell. So I imagine that thing done went viral by now.
You got rid of him.
Yeah, they got rid of him. Yeah.
That seemed kind of trivial, but they got rid of him.
You know, it's a nationally televised sports event, right?
Yeah,
So that make them look bad, man. Because he looked like the typical racist redneck. You just want to fight somebody. And for what?
The young boy with football gear, I don't think I wanted to deal with him like that.
He would have shot, man. Bullet go through football equipment now. He been stopping. Yeah, he could have shot.
Yeah.
Trying to set up a murder.
He's still Barney Fife. He still got a gun.
Yeah.
So that football equipment ain't gonna stop no bullet.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that boy, before he even got his hand on the holster, that boy dropped on that young boy.
Yeah,
but
but you got teammates all around him.
Yeah, if he shot him, yeah, he'd die like anybody else.
Yeah, had his head twisted off.
Twisted off.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 21.
Yeah.
Set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps, set down hard toward the highway, even the way which thou wentest. Turn again, O virgin of Israel, turn again to these thy cities.
We know what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to get up out of here. But the thing is, we're making a move, but we know Yahweh's making it away. So he still get the glory, even though we trying to plan this thing out, see which way to go. It's still Yahweh is showing us which way to go. Right now, we don't know. All we know is this verse here. This verse said, the way you got here, it's the same way you're going to leave. So we came here on ships, we got to leave on ships. And I still can't get out of my mind what me and Yeshua were talking about one day, is that there's another ocean in Africa.
I heard y'all talk about.
Have you heard about that? Yeah. That's the ocean is forming in Africa.
You talking from that big split in the continent?
It's hard to say because it's an ongoing thing, and I'm pretty sure it's not ending. I mean, it's got to go some more. So you got to wonder, has that got anything to do with us? Because that's exactly where we're going, to the west coast of Africa, and that split, I think, goes from South Africa on up northward. And so water's pouring up in there, and I'm pretty sure they got scientists up in there studying that thing. But I kind of wonder, would that affect us as we leave here and go back to our land? Does that have anything to do with us? Is this Yahweh doing this for our sakes?
So the cities that we're gonna be returning to are just gonna be the cities of Jerusalem or cities on the way. Of course, we know we didn't stop at those cities once we left that gate of no return.
Yeah, once you get past the door of no return, now you got to head toward the wilderness. And I did the calculation on the time it takes to walk from the west coast of Africa to the wilderness that we're supposed to be going to. It's going to take us, 9.5 weeks, did I say?
Something like that.
Yeah, 9.5 weeks. We gave from the west coast of Africa walking to the wilderness that we're supposed to go to. So Didn't say anything about vehicles. Our father didn't come over here on vehicles, go to no return on vehicles. So I doubt if we'd be leaving the West Coast in vehicles either, because it's gonna be too many of us. We're talking about boatloads of people. And those boats gonna keep coming and going and coming and going. So we dropping off a whole bunch of folks at one time. And we're looking at the capacity of some of these ocean liners. I think it's up to 1,500 people, right? Not including the crew.
1,500 people.
One of those big ones. I'm not talking about Carnival. So they'll tell Carnival, you got black people on there, you go back to where you came from. Because we ain't got no chicken strips over here.
Chicken strip.
We'll have
Some of
tear
the
up
cruise
our country.
liners, some of the cruise liners is about 8,000 people.
That many?
They huge. They huge. Yeah.
Well, again, like I said, you look at excuse me, the timeline, you find and look at Daniel. And from the time that uh, we get out of the timeline, it's about, what, 3.5 months, I say?
105 days.
105 days, that's 3.5 months. So that's close to amount of time for us to get up out of here. 3.5 months. I mean, everybody got to go.
Right.
So the time it take from one ship to leave here to get to the west coast of Africa,
How many ships?
how many days will it take for us, per ship?
Per ship, back in the day it was slavery. It took them 2 months to get from the west coast of Africa to America, right? Nowadays, the boats that they have can get to the west coast of Africa in about 2 weeks.
Wow.
And they can do it even faster on a military vehicle boat. So it took like a 2 week period to get from the east coast of America to the west coast of Africa.
That's per ship.
One ship. One ship.
Zach said he just pulled up something, got to cruise the whole 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Just pull up.
Says,
That's a city, man.
17,000 square foot.
So
Those
that's with the
cruises-
crew.
That's the cruise ship itself. It's over 17,000, which can nearly carry 10,000 people.
Those cruise ships are real big.
Yeah, I know. I seen them, but I
Yeah,
just
sure.
can imagine them being that
Extremely
big to
big,
carry
yeah.
that many people.
Well, you still got yachts that these white folks don't give up and whatnot. So I mean, a lot of them can carry 100 people.
Well,
So
I doubt if y'all can afford a yacht.
no, I ain't saying that. I mean, like you said, they're gonna
They're
get
gonna
it.
charge you getting on them yachts.
We got one person in here can afford a yacht.
Tell us, take it.
They say most boats can't cross the ocean like that.
Yeah, I know.
Stop. They can't cross.
But it's still a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
About how we're gonna get the people from the west coast of America and from places like Michigan and places up north. How they gonna come together to one place? Like now, we know we got to go to Savannah, right? We're gonna get on the boat. We got to go to Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
But what about them other pieces? Well, how are they going to get from where they are to over here? Some of them are not in that good physical shape.
Well, you got Virginia, Wilmington. Well, you got Virginia.
You got the Gulf of
Carolina.
Mexico, well, Gulf of America too, though.
Got California. We talking about 2,000 miles away, right?
Well, that-
Yeah.
Had to come around.
Well, yeah.
California.
I think they got to go through the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I think Jimmy Carter sold that back to Panama.
Right.
I think they're trying to get it back.
Yeah,
Trump trying to get it back.
Trump trying to get it back. Right.
Yeah. So there's a lot of questions, no doubt, but it's still talking to us.
Right.
It's not talking to anyone else, especially those people in the land now, because they already there. This said you got to go back the way you came. And so, who else is this talking about? Somebody that's in captivity,
Right.
that are not in their land at this time. So, we're the only ones that fit that description. Over and over and over again, it points to us as the people of the book.
Mm-hmm.
As things are now, with Israel abusing Palestine the way it is, are those Palestinians, if it's still going on by the time we get up out of here, are those Palestinians going to be glad that we coming through there?
They may not understand why we're there. but they can't hang around us. We're not gonna when we go up in there, they're not coming back into that part of the country. So yeah, they're doing the people over there, Israelis, they doing some of the work for us that we should be doing ourselves, but they moving the people out, so they're not expecting them to come back. Uh, so that make the job a little bit easier for us because first of all, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Their land is Jordan. That's what Moab and Ammon's land is across the Jordan River. So, but now that whole land is called Jordan now. So that is where they're supposed to be. So yeah, they got to come out of there. And I do notice that whenever they have a problem with the Israelis, when they escape out of Gaza and Palestine, they go to Jordan to stay up in Jordan. That's the majority of those Palestinians. That's where they go. So there must be some type of familiarity of the area for them to always go there. But then again, nobody else wants them in their country either. Egyptians don't want them. The Saudi Arabians don't want them. And they the ninjas of the Middle East.
But ain't it predicted in Ezekiel that Moab and Ammon is going to be wiped out anyway?
Who?
Moab and Ammon.
Yeah, eventually, because they can never enter the congregation of Yahweh. Yeah, so they're gonna die out. It doesn't say how, but we know that Yahweh stated specifically that He's gonna destroy Esau. He's gonna destroy Esau.
Yeah, Esau.
Yeah, I'm gonna destroy you, Esau. Yeah, by my people Israel. That's up in Ezekiel too. So now they're all over the world now. They're not just in our land.
Right.
So, but when you read, like we read yesterday in Revelation 19, when the Messiah comes back, his garment gonna be stained with blood. Yeah, that's Isaiah 63 right there. Yeah, so he's gonna hit them first, then they're gonna come over there to Armageddon with the rest of the angels. Yeah, go ahead, brother Sam.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man.
Now, how is that possible? Only in America. Only in America, because they're giving these black women wealth and power and prestige. So they don't even want to marry a man on. For instance, when your boy Lewis, my mechanic, went to court, had that black woman judge up in there, he knew it was over then. He lost 2 houses. So they put them black women as judges, man. So according to the law, a woman can't be around holy things certain times a month. And we see why. Not just because it make them unclean, but they ain't wrapped up in their own mind. And mind not too tight.
Right.
Right. So they may get upset over something they shouldn't get upset over. So if you end up in a court with a black judge, she might be on a cycle. And whereas normally you would have just paid a fine, now you're going to jail because you're having a bad day. Yeah. So they say, well, look at Deborah. She was a judge. Yeah, but she wasn't sentencing nobody to prison like these black women, black judges here. Yeah. You got your girl that the judge I think she was a judge, she let that dude out that killed that girl on that subway, stabbed her. She was from Ukraine or somewhere. She's from another country. You heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she had been locked up for a whole lot of other crimes, but black woman let him go, and he ended up murdering the girl. So, yeah, man.
She was showing off on the pictures. She was showing like she was bragging about. She
Who?
was sticking her tongue out and everything.
Who?
The woman you was talking about. I saw the picture. The black girl.
They let that dude out?
Yeah, she was posting herself like she bragging of the power that she got.
Oh.
I don't know if after the fact or before the fact.
Yeah.
But I saw the video where the dude followed her.
Yeah. He was a nutcase. But then you look at Letitia James and Fannie Willis, they compassion man too.
She haven't given up yet. they're trying to get another prosecutor to go after this man. He president.
Which one? Letitia James?
No,
Fannie Willis?
Yeah, she is hell bent on trying to do something to Trump. For what? It don't make sense.
They already done replaced the prosecutor. They suspended her. They got a white guy in there.
And the thing of it is when you go after somebody, you better clean your nose. She went after them people, right? They went right in her closet and found out she paying for sex.
She paying for sex?
Yeah, Wade.
A boyfriend?
Yeah. Gave him a big time job, and they said that guy wasn't no more than some kind of. He wasn't a special.
Jaywalker.
What was it? Some kind of. He wasn't much out in real estate.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to make him special prosecutor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like an attorney that basically, if you went to court for jaywalking.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Something like that.
He was out. It was out of his league.
Way out.
He shouldn't have been there in the first place.
But he made $700,000.
Well, he must have been doing a good job.
And then what they say?
With Fannie.
They say Fannie. They say Wade got paid, Fannie got laid, and the taxpayers got what they got?
Played.
Boy, I thought I'd die laughing when I heard that.
But if she run for office again, they're gonna vote for her again.
Yep.
That speaks a lot about who's voting for her.
Yeah, just like that. Was that one up in? She made all that noise up in Illinois, Dalton. It was the little.
You talking about Beetlejuice?
She had. It was in Dothan, Illinois.
Oh, I don't know about
that chick.
Yeah, they kicked her out.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. She made a lot of noise for a few years when Biden wasn't there, but she got kicked out, like Zach was saying. But then she was going to run for again. You thought nobody would have vote? Nope. He's going to vote for again. I forget her name. Man. God, you know what I'm talking about. We talked about it before.
Was she a mayor?
Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, up there. Yeah.
Yeah, got busted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the FBI in on it, investigating everything, man. And they voted out of office.
Mm-hmm.
And you say she's running again?
She was going to run again. And she had to have a certain percentage of votes. And she almost had it because they went.
She almost won?
Yeah, because the black woman went back out there and vote for her. After all of that.
A woman should come past a man.
Yep.
See, they know she's wrong. But because she's a woman, they're going to vote for her.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how does that explain the NAACP supporting a white woman against a black woman running for governor of Virginia?
Yeah.
Right? And then you got Obama support a white woman over a black woman.
Well, he flips anyway.
No, he's showing his true colors.
Yeah, I know it. He wear hats.
So, I guess you wonder what's going on in black women's mind now since they support him 100%. What's going on in their mind now? Because he did not support that black woman like they thought they would. NAACP did not support that black. That's for black people. NAACP, and they supported a white woman, an atheist.
Wow.
And what are they saying about that now? Because if you got your boy supporting that white woman, and then NAACP supporting that white woman, what are people saying about that now? Would they still love Obama? They still love NAACP?
Yeah, it's a contradiction because normally NAACP throw their support behind anybody that's black,
right?
No matter what,
right?
So you would think they would have did the same thing with that sister in Virginia,
yeah.
But they went
straight to that white woman.
That white woman conservative too, right?
No, the black woman did.
Oh, yeah, the black woman. That's right. The black woman is conservative,
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why they get behind that white woman,
right?
Because the platform.
She's an atheist.
Yeah.
So you got the former president of America going to support an atheist over a woman, a sister. His sister probably voted for him in the election, and instead of going for her, he goes to the white woman.
Well, Obama wear too many hats. He'll say one thing, he'll do something White people called on that thing his first term, and they left him alone.
Well, I believe money has something to do with it too.
Because he came in there. I believe in traditional marriage, but when he went in there, yeah, man and man supposed to be together, folks. I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then he ran on the platform of a Democrat. Black people thought that because he's black. Then we got in office. He took his pen and said, you know what? I can take this pen and I can bypass Congress on certain things. He's a socialist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black people voted for him again.
Do you think black people know what a socialist is? Of course not. They don't hear that word all the time. They hear Democrat.
And then you remember when he said every home in America needs 3 bullets in their gun, right? 3 bullets. Y'all remember that? They got pissed off with him about that. 3 bullets. But his administration was sending guns over there to the Mexican cartel, sending all kind of weapons over there.
Well, I never heard him say you need 3 bullets.
Yeah, y'all remember that? He said every home, man, the NRA and the white people shot that down. No. So you got to be crazy.
Yeah, well, he's a socialist. Yeah, so. But black people, again, they don't know what a socialist is. All they know is the Democratic Party and the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
What they stand for, they don't give a damn. Just as long as they're a Democrat, they vote for it.
But I tell you what, they had that thing set up. And I do got to go on with you, Claire. When you remember when they had the Katrina thing in September, when that happened down in New Orleans? Hurricane Katrina, when they had that whole thing was a mess down there. Mm-hmm. They had a young senator went down there and he was giving people hope.
I wonder who that was, Steve.
That was Obama. You show them right on television. They had that thing set up all along.
They groomed him.
Black people just don't know they being set up. They ain't got a clue.
What you gonna do, man? You don't keep the law. How you expect to have any wisdom and understanding in things? So yeah, it's easy to get over black people. They are the easiest, most emotionally unbalanced people in the world. You can manipulate them any kind of way you want because they know that black people don't think. They don't consider. So yeah, it's easy to control them. Tell them who to love and who to hate.
They
don't know.
Grace. Remember he sung Amazing Grace?
What now?
Remember he sung Amazing Grace and had a tear coming down from his eye?
When them people got killed up in that church, black people thought Obama was going to get on television and have a State of the Union, some kind of address. You're right. He went up there and sang Amazing Grace. He was through with that.
He sang Amazing Grace?
Yeah.
You remember that? Then he wiped the left side of his eye because it was supposed to be a tear.
And somebody said, what you think about Amazing Grace? And I told him, I said, that was a song that was written by a white man that had slaves. And he sang, but he didn't let none of his slaves go.
Well, again, he knows black people.
Yeah.
And that's one of their favorite songs. So he know what to sing like he did with Al Green song. That song, I'm So in Love with You or something like that. He got on that TV show, him and his wife.
Didn't we have that song when we was over there on Navigator Road? And I think one of y'all said, that's not a Negro spiritual. They were singing, the choir was singing that song. Might have been before you got here, and they stopped singing it.
What, Amazing Grace?
Yeah, I think Mordecai's wife, I think Naomi, and another sister was singing it. They used to sing that. And somebody say that was a song that was written by a slave owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, man.
You're talking about Tiffany Hayner? No, Tiffany
some stuff.
Hager. Well, she was the
Hager. Yeah, she was the mayor.
Illinois.
And she ran for mayor again.
Yeah.
And she lost.
Yeah, they got rid of her this time.
Well, they said it was close.
I don't know about that, but I know she got the boot. She was spending money like crazy. She had overdrawn the budget and everything.
These are black people, and you want to vote. I can see why white people don't want to be around us, man. I mean, it's their system, no doubt. Right. But at least they know how to be a little bit more slicker with it than black people. Black people do it in your face. And like they ain't gonna get caught. Who cares?
Chicago, what the black mayor up there, they like 1 something billion dollars over budget. So
yeah,
billion
in a city. Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, how you get that deep in debt?
Yeah, I'm saying a city in $1 billion worth debt.
Almost 2 billion.
Well, it's them illegal aliens
Yeah.
coming up in there. They got it. Somebody got to take care of them, and so the mayor is taking care of them. Spend all the money that Chicago taxpayer pay, and spend it on illegal aliens.
All them cities that was I guess helping them out, Chicago, New York, Trump pulling all the funding from them. So there's gonna be a situation about to go on in them cities.
He come out Chicago.
Chicago finna go with him too. Yeah. And all them hating Trump. So
You can see why.
yeah.
But the thing is, if you voting for somebody, I never voted for, but I always said if you vote for somebody, no matter what ticket they run on, shouldn't you look and see what policies they stand for? What do you stand for? What are you going to bring to the table? It ain't about your skin color. It's about what are you going to do for the constituents?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't that be what you should be looking at?
Politicians lie all the time.
Say yeah. What was it? Barack said he believed in marriage, husband, man and woman. Came president. You gotta have every black man should have a gay friend.
He flip flop bad.
Right.
He's a politician.
I know he slick. Obama
what you
slick.
expect a politician to say? He say what you want to hear.
Obama and Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
He's some slick politicians.
Well, yeah, they
ain't
talk that talk.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill.
But they ain't got nobody like that now, do they?
No. Democratic Party can't find him.
Right. He ain't out there. They ain't Gary Newsom. Gavin Newsom. So it's gonna be a while before they get back into the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless they're grooming somebody now, like they groom Obama.
Mm-hmm.
They might be grooming somebody now.
They might have him in the background.
Yeah.
Because he came out of nowhere in the 2004 Democratic Convention. Because the one they wanted was Kwame Kilpatrick from Detroit. That's who they wanted. Because he was the rising star. He was 32 years old. I was there in Detroit. He was the mayor. He was like the it factor.
Right.
But then he
busted.
got busted.
Yeah.
Rolling around Detroit on rims, and his cronies. We all knew about it in Detroit. So they kind of like pushed him to the side.
Brought in Obama.
And because Obama just showed up at that convention 2004, and then it just happened to be in 2008. I think he ran or got it, like one of them. He just happened to come from nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they wanted Kwame Kilpatrick. That's what they really wanted.
Yeah.
But he kind of went that way.
Yeah.
To find
But then Trump pardoned him.
Trump pardoned him. He did. And he catching a lot of oh man, he had to go on and these different podcasts and basically like tell people like, hey, look, to chill out. The man pardoned. You know, like what do you want to do? Like what you want to do? They giving him all sorts of help because he backing him.
Well, yeah. But that makes sense. At least that's something they done right.
Yeah, but you can't talk sense to.
I know. Go ahead, Steve.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 23. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel. As yet they shall use this speech in the land of Yehuda and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. Yahweh bless thee, O habitation of justice and mountain of holiness. And there shall dwell in Yehuda itself, and in all the cities thereof together farmers, and they go forth with flocks. For I have saturated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. Upon this I awake and beheld, and my sleep was sweet unto me. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Yehuda with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith Yahweh. In those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But every one shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yehuda, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahweh, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people.
One time I think it was on Saturday. I was getting texts. They were sending me texts showing me questions people have to ask about what I was talking about that day. And one sister asked me, where is it written that there's a house of Judah? And I said, it's all over the place. Apparently, she had never seen the phrase house of Judah. She's seen house of Israel, but she never seen the house of Judah. And it's in Jeremiah, Zephaniah, Zechariah, and Ezekiel. Now, the house of Judah is mentioned in all those prophets, but she's never seen it. So she was questioning me as if I didn't know what I was talking about. But it just showed that I don't mind those type of questions, but nevertheless, she's never heard of the house of Judah. Let me just read about the house of Judah here. And the beautiful thing about this is that the covenants, the new covenant, is for us. It's not for anybody else. Because if there was a new covenant coming, then what was the old covenant? What was the old covenant? Yeah, you.
Oh, me?
You're looking at me like, who is he talking to?
Mhm.
You got a new covenant. That must have been another covenant than an old covenant.
That's right.
So what was the old covenant?
The Ten Commandments.
Yes.
Yes, you got it.
Yes. Now, if there was a need for a new covenant, why would you need what was wrong with the old covenant?
Nothing was wrong with it as far as y'all were thinking. It was our people.
We're going to Hebrews 11.
Yeah.
Okay,
You already know.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to Hebrews 8? That sounds like it. Hebrews chapter 8. I'm sorry.
Hebrews.
There's another place we can go to, but nevertheless, um, now the first covenant, that old covenant, you say was the Ten Commandments, right? That's the first covenant. That was a wedding vows, and so we agreed to the covenant, so therefore we're married to Yahweh. All right. So go to Hebrews chapter 8. We're going to see something was wrong with that chapter, with that first covenant.
Mm-hmm.
It says here in Hebrews chapter 8, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should be no place have been sought for the second.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we just read what the second covenant was, right?
Right.
I will put my law in your hearts and your mind. Right? So he says something was wrong with the first covenant then. If they had to replace it with a new covenant, what was wrong with the old covenant? The first covenant.
You talking to me again?
Yes, I'm looking dead at you.
Pick it over here. It wasn't really nothing wrong with it. It's just that it was the people.
I mean, given that the commandments were perfect, um, in part of that old covenant, the Ten Commandments, there were judgments.
Mm-hmm.
If you broke one of those Ten Commandments, one of the judgment could be death.
Yes, yeah.
So you got two of those 10 commandments that could lead to death.
Oh, yeah.
You know what they are?
Mm-hmm.
Murder
Uh-huh.
and what is it? Blasphemy.
And what?
Blasphemy.
That's not a commandment.
No, it's not murder.
They do it every day, sister.
What?
I told her they do it every day.
Steve. The two of those commandments carries a death
Mm-hmm.
sentence, a death, a judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's the other?
Adultery.
Okay.
Adultery. There you go. Now that was part of the fault of that first covenant. There was judgments. You got a judgment for stealing,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got a judgment for not honoring your father and mother. Now that's death too, isn't it? That's the death right there. Cursing your father. Let me put it like that. So that was the fault of the first covenant because our fathers kept breaking it, right? And in some cases, they could bring animal sacrifice for sin, or they could lose their life. But the purpose of that second covenant, the new covenant, is that he was going to put it in our hearts and our minds so we'll never break Yahweh's law. Right. It'll be like reflex, instinct.
Man, that's a hard one.
You put it in your heart. He put it in your heart, in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't even think about transgression Yahweh's law. That is new covenant because he knew that first covenant, we weren't going to do right anyway. Right? So this new covenant, let's see what it says. In verse 8, for finding fault with them, verse 7, if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days comes, saith Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yehudah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith Yahweh. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahweh, I will put my law in the inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be to them an Elohim, and they shall be to me a people. So he has to do it himself. Now we have to be taught the law. But in the case of the new covenant, he's going to put that law in us anyway, because he knows we're not going to keep it faithfully.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to make sure that law stays in our hearts. But that won't happen to the new heaven and the earth are created, right?
That's deep.
So we got to wait to the end, because right now we're just now learning that we're supposed to be keeping these commandments. And so we got to learn how to do that and not sin. Because I remember when I first came up in here in the NCCI, it was Wild Wild West up in here. I'm not going to say what was going on, but we're breaking these commandments left and right.
You remember them days, don't you? Who care? That's corrupt.
Yeah. So dark city, man.
But anyway, it also eliminates the shedding the blood too, right?
What now?
The fault that was in the old covenant was shedding the blood too, right?
Mm-hmm.
The animal sacrifice.
You talking about animal sacrifice?
I mean the
possibility of animal blood.
I mean, I know when Yahshua
when you steal, there's a law. You got to bring a sacrifice for stealing somebody, plus add 5% of what to the principal. Thou shalt not. Let's see. What's the judgment for coveting? There's no judgment.
No.
So coveting could lead to theft or adultery.
Okay.
So it's sort of an umbrella term to cover other different sins. When you cover something that's not yours, when you want something that's not yours, it can make you steal it or do anything with it that you want. So that would be the judgment. Whatever you did by coveting, you're going to be judged for coveting and what you did. Right? All that is going to be in our hearts and in our minds. So we cannot sin again.
So coveting is basically committing a felony, commission of a felony with a handgun or a weapon or something like that. covenant, I mean, like when you add covenant on, like you said, death is adultery, right? So covenant and death, I mean, coveting and adultery, you coveted that woman or you coveted that man. So you're gonna be charged for the covenant, what you covenant and coveted.
So what? But again, what is the judgment for adultery? For coveting? Because yeah, it could lead to adultery, and it could lead to theft. So we got the judgment for adultery and theft, but what is the judgment for coveting? It's it leads to that, but you're not going to be charged with both coveting and adultery, right, and murder. So you just because once you are charged with those capital crimes, there's no need in adding any more crimes on you because you're going to die regardless. So that coveting does not have carry with it the weight of the judgment like adultery does or like murder does. It's just it leads to that, but that isn't a sin if it doesn't lead to anything. You can think about it, but who knows you coveting if you're just thinking about it.
But Elder, okay, if you coveting, if you desiring another man's wife in your mind, you desire something not yours.
Mm-hmm.
That's leading to adultery. On you're thinking about it, right?
Well, that's what the Mashiach. That's the law of Mashiach.
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. The law of Mashiach says, but what is his judgment though? Because to think upon a woman and lust after her, you've already committed adultery in your heart.
Right.
But how do you know that someone's looking at somebody like that?
You don't know.
Because, and how can you charge them with adultery if they never say nothing?
Well, only thing I can say that'll be something that'll be come up in the judgment, right?
Yeah, but what is the judgment for the Mashiach's law? Because he said, to lust after a woman, you've already committed adultery.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would to lust after a woman? Are you supposed to die?
I don't see you.
So the best thing to do is don't. So what if you're thinking about it at home?
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like
you
I
think
said,
about it at home, and she lives in the next state.
You can sit.
So you're supposed to die for that too?
No, you can sit at home. That happened. I sit at home sometime, and I might be
think about Rachel.
I'm reading my book, and something slide by there.
Sitting outside,
You can't control your thought pattern.
No.
I didn't think you can.
No.
I mean, we tried now. Don't get me wrong, because David even prayed about that things, that hidden iniquity or whatever.
Right.
But break that down some more. I ain't never thought about it. What is the Messiah? What is judgment when you do things on the spiritual level?
He never came up with a judgment.
He never said
for his law.
Right.
His only judgment is in Yahweh's law.
Yeah. Right.
So what he's saying is that you've already committed adultery when you're looking at a woman to lust after her. Mm-hmm. So your judgment should be death.
Yeah. At one point in time, does that kick in, though, Elder? Because we here in America, well, all you see is sex.
Yeah, no. So,
you know what I'm saying? So what would that kick in? It can't kick in at this time. Would that have to kick in on a new heaven and new earth?
What we have here in America, especially with some of these married brothers, they let the wives walk out the door looking like hoes.
Right.
And so she's going to garner attention, but whose fault was that? Isn't that the husband supposed to keep her from walking out the door looking like a hoe so people can look at her and lust after her?
Man, we got married women up there that rent office in that apartment. I say, why? How did the husband let her go out looking like that?
Yeah, bro, hell yeah.
But in that situation, don't the sin or whatever falls on both the woman and the husband? Because she, as a woman, though she's enticing other men to lust after her, she causing them to sin, and the husband not doing his job because he can't in this day and time anyway. You know what I mean? You ain't finna tell them what she.
So whose fault is that?
It's both. Really.
Both of them.
It's both. It's both. They both. I think it falls under both of them. The woman because she knows what she's doing, but the man because he ain't got no control. So it's both.
But he has no control, so it'd be her fault.
Well, that's the point. He has control, but he allows her to walk out the whole house looking like a whore.
I think that's his fault. It's his fault.
Oh, his fault.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's both.
Because
It's a
But that's
She
saying
don't know no
though.
better.
But what if the
It's his
man
fault.
has no power though? So she like in this country, so he can say, "Hey, I need you to wrap up before you leave." Hell with you, I'm leaving without being wrapped up.
Right.
He did his job.
Don't he
You
supposed
know
to
what I'm
cover
saying?
that?
He did
Cover
his
the
job.
sin? Don't he supposed to cover it?
No, again, she walks out the house to be looked at.
Right.
Now, they ain't got to go home. Right? But it falls into the category of the Moshiach law. To look upon a woman to lust after her has already committed adultery in your heart. But she came out the house wanting to be looked at.
Mm-hmm.
And her husband allowed it. Now, whose fault is that? The
That's
husband?
his.
it's still both because when she had made that law, women were still dressing somewhat modest. That's 2,000 years ago. These women don't even know what modest is. So but at the end of the day, they know they're causing men to lust at them because that's what they want.
Yeah, I know.
So it still falls on even unmarried women. It falls on you because you walk around half naked. You causing men to lust. You're causing you're enticing sin.
Well, you know what that's all about? It's about attention. Women crave attention.
Mm-hmm.
They'll try to get as much attention any kind of way that they can. If it means showing a BBL, they're gonna show the BBL
Mm-hmm.
tight.
They had that incident where over in Afghanistan that Saudi Arabia that Muslim woman came out jogging or whatever. She had on the pants and the what's her name,
Uh-oh.
and she got raped basically, and they went to court for her, and she the one that got in trouble
Yeah.
because she shouldn't have went out like that. You enticed the man, even though she got raped.
Mm-hmm.
You enticed them to be the judge or whoever that was presiding over that case in Afghanistan said, no, according to our law, you're not supposed to come out. You went out jogging, I guess you went out at night, but it didn't matter.
This was a military woman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said she was an Afghanistan.
No, she was stationed there. But she
Okay.
went out.
And so she went out, she got gang raped.
Yeah, because she went out jogging with her,
Yeah.
with her apparel on like they do here.
Yeah.
And they saw her and took advantage of her.
Yeah.
But it went to court and they said, no, that's your fault.
Yeah.
They absolved them and put it on her. Matter of fact, I think she received some time for that.
Yeah, well, that's over there.
Yeah.
You got to obey their laws over there.
They don't play them games, man.
Yeah. Because according to Sharia law, if a woman gets raped, then she has to prove that the man raped her. But a bunch of men raped her, right? But they won't admit that they raped her, and she got to prove that he did. If she can't prove that was the rapist, then she's going to jail or she's going to die.
Yeah, they had that thing, that I think the Afghan, one of those Muslim countries, where that young girl got raped by them 5 guys, and she went to court. They went to court. The judge looked at her and said, "You was in the wrong place at the wrong time."
Yeah.
They were getting ready to take her out and rock her, man, stone her.
I know.
And I think, who was it? Was it Clinton, Obama, one of them presidents? Came an outcry from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of backed off. I said, I didn't think they'd do that because they had a public outcry.
Right.
But he didn't. The judge was getting ready to have her ripped off, bro.
Yeah, no, well, that's in another man's land. You got to obey the people's laws in their land. You can't come with that as an American. I heard a sister going over to the bar. Is that the name of it?
Dubai.
Dubai.
Bye.
And she was giving the people a hard time. Then they lock her up. See, she thinks she an American.
I read this story one time. That's why some of these women don't say nothing. That's why some don't report rapes.
Yeah.
They don't say nothing.
Yeah, because they
But
have to
in
prove
order
they were
to
raped.
get revenge, they go after these men.
Yeah.
But not all at one time, one at a time. They get them one at a time.
Was it a movie?
Well, it was kind of like a true story.
Yeah, I have seen.
They don't report it, but they do get them.
Yeah.
They, and especially if they're military or something like that, or they got skills. They do go after these men.
Well, you know that they had that girl. I know you got to go on collect. You remember the sister used to come up here on the first day with us, and she went over to where she had that contract over there in
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. They said They told her they know who she was. She was an Israelite. So the only thing you got to do while you're here is wrap yourself up and don't talk about the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Let's go and wrap this up, Steve. Verse 34.
And they shall, Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yahweh. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus saith Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that the city shall be built to Yahweh from the tower of Hananiel unto the gate of the corner, and the measuring line shall yet go forth over against it upon the hill Gareb, and shall compass about to Goath. And the whole valley of the dead bodies and of the ashes and all the fields unto the brook of Kidron, unto the corner of the horse gate toward the east shall be holy unto Yahweh. It shall not be plucked up, nor thrown down any more forever.
So that's referring to the temple that's going to be up in there. All right. I'm going to stop right here and open the floor for questions before we dismiss. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Good class.
With verse 37, do you think the reason why they try to use geometry to measure what they call space, also the ocean floor, you just think they just trying to do that for science sake, or they doing that because they really want to get us cast off? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Verse 5, what you think about it? You think they really try to get us cast off when they try to call themselves measuring the ocean floor and measuring space?
So what does that mean? They haven't done this.
They haven't done it yet.
It can't be done. Because there are some places in the ocean that they can't go down that deep. Else they'll be crushed. It says, if heaven can be measured and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, said Yahweh. So the foundation of the earth searched out, they can't do that. For instance, they can only go 7 miles into the earth. They can't go no deeper. Right? Same thing with the ocean. Since if heaven above can be measured, they swear they got it measured, don't
they? They say it keep growing though.
There's billions of stars out there. So they go by light year. They say it takes the sun 93 million miles to get to the earth. They call that measurement. Well, how you know? How you know it take that long? How long did it take the sunlight to hit the earth?
3 million miles.
The sun has always been there. But that's the game they play to make you think that, hey, that's science and technology, so you can trust the science, like they always say. So again, that they haven't done this, and so since they haven't done this, Yahweh can't kick his people away.
No.
Yeah, that it. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Let's see what's on chat.
You got that question I sent you yesterday, right?
What now?
That question I sent you yesterday from
Did I
Sister
answer it? I thought it was a sister.
You sent the answer back to me.
Yeah, I thought that it came from you.
No, cause I sent it to you for you to address it today because it was sent late after the
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Let me see here.
White folks tough. They can weigh clouds. Tell you how many clouds weigh on.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Here we go. Um, Micaiah by Israel, right?
Yes, sir. That's it.
It says you stated earlier, Yah did not talk to the Gentiles. Does that include Cornelius? Did he not talk to Cornelius? And I answered her, it was an angel, not Yahweh.
Right.
Right. So the angels not the angels are created by Yahweh, so you can't say it was Yahweh himself. But at that point, who's in charge of heaven?
Messiah.
At that point, who was in charge of heaven?
The Messiah.
The Mashiach, right? So all power and authority has been given unto me, right? So he sent that angel to Cornelius. So it wasn't Yahweh. So, Sister Micaiah, if you're still here, I just letting you know that, yeah, it wasn't Yahweh that spoke to the Gentiles, because again, he's never spoken to the Gentiles. He's only spoken to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Mashiach sent an angel to Cornelius to tell him that his alms and his prayers have been received up in heaven. So that wasn't Yahweh. So are there any more questions? Okay, I hope that answered that, my sister. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in.
That's a good answer, Bless.
All right. Okay.
When you answer that.
Uh,
On that comment. I say, you keep on, bro. Keep on.
I have somebody named Bertha Harris at the top on YouTube. Okay. Shalom, Sister Bertha Harris. Shalom, Brother Roosevelt Petrie. Shalom, Brother Kemuel. Shalom, Julius Brown. Shalom, Susie Garman. Shalom, Elder Tobiah. Shalom, Brother Eliyahu. Shalom, Brother Mickey Anderson. Shalom, Sister Wanda M. Shelton. Shalom, Sister Malaka. Benaf Yasharala. Oh, that's okay. Shalom, Elder Hiram. Shalom, Brother Exodus. Exodus on the boat, texting them, man. Yeah.
Living his life.
Must be nice to be on the cruise.
Exodus.
Yeah, he's on the cruise.
Again?
Hey, that's Exodus, bro. Was you jealous?
Yeah, I'm jealous. Can't afford to go on one. He going on.
You can afford it.
Shalom, Elder Mick. Excuse me. Shalom, Brother Alahayim, Ben Yasharala, and Sister Malaka, Ben Yasharala. Shalom, Lonely Red Wolf. Shalom, Humble Rollers. Shalom, Cujo Goody. No. Shalom, Gregor Rucker. Um, Shalom, somebody named Nisha B. Kimbrough. That sounds familiar. Still waiting on that toothpaste. Shalom, Brother Cole. Shalom, Kimberly Israel. In the kingdom, when all the nations in their land, will Yah allow us to have a clean, firm form, the form of electric and indoor restrooms? That's a good question. But the Mashiach's kingdom would be the kingdom of heaven. Now, what you're saying that we'll be allowed to use a little technology, right? But we don't know what kind of changes he's going to be bringing that will take the place of that technology. I mean, yeah, the only thing we have to reference ourselves on is the book itself, and that they lived in tents. And further research, we found out how to, well, actually, our own experience here in America that we had outhouses. So I imagine they had outhouses too. But he's going to be bringing a little bit more than what we have here. So as far as electric and indoor restrooms, he may have something better. Because all we think is, all we use our own imagination, the white man's imagination. They came up with the toilet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And flushing toilet paper. So I imagine that's what they're concerned about. And I'm concerned about it too. So I'm looking at maybe he's gonna bring something new here
Could be.
that would negate having to have all that stuff. Because to have a bathroom, that means you got to pollute the land.
3 she sells.
So we just have to wait and see Kimberly, Israel. But I'm thinking that you're gonna have angels down here on this earth, and a lot of changes, and we're gonna have learn some things we never considered before. So just be patient, and pray that Yahweh allow you to see these things come to pass. Shalom, Mother Marsha. Shalom, Yahweh Song. Shalom, Clarence Marks and Sister Yulita. Shalom, Brother Hodiah. Shalom, Brother Malachi. Shalom, Repentant Judah. Shalom, Kemuel. Elder Kemuel, Ben Israel. All, let's see. Shalom, Elder Priest and Elder Stephen and the ancestral family from Elder Kemuel, Ben Israel, all the way from Lithonia, Georgia. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Shalom, one M. Smith. Aki, let me ask you a question in the Paleo Hebrew language. Are there V, W, J, E, or G sounds? Why are you asking me that? We're talking about a class here. Um, so the Paleo Hebrew doesn't have any, well, the Hebrew period doesn't have any vowels in it. So we have to look at the phonetics of how the name, the holy name, the holy not Septuagint, but the holy letters, tetragrammaton, how it sounds phonetically. And so when we pronounce tetragrammaton, it sounds like Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as far as the V, W, J, and E, G sound, yeah, those are mainly parts of the English sounds. But in order to understand Hebrew, the translators had to insert certain nouns so we can get the phonetical sound of the word itself. Because you can't understand what YH and WH without nouns in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So because all you got is consonants, you don't have any nouns. So how do you pronounce certain words? How do they sound without nouns? So with that, I mean vowels. So with that, we just go by the phonetics. Shalom, Nia the P, Shalom Judah Yah, Kujo Judy, nah, Kujo Goody, nah. Shalom, when Yah said that Esau's seed will be destroyed, is that just the men or the women too? Nah, man, you know women don't carry seed.
Right.
You know that, Doc.
No.
Come on back now.
Yeah,
Come on
yeah.
back.
Yeah, get him and just go back go over to his house and bring the camp. No, my brother, women do not carry seed. Only men carry seed. Um, Wanda Smith, replying to Yahweh's son, Aki, Mishpaka, you call the Allah Father Yahweh, but one only holy, righteous name of the Most High. Oh, really?
Yeah.
What you do with it? You follow me?
Fall on
I've
him,
just been
Zach.
waiting on you to tell.
Huh?
I've been waiting on you to tell.
But don't fall on it.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like he wants to be a teacher. Yeah.
You get his own
I'm not
platform.
even gonna finish I'm not even finished reading that question he got. Shalom, brother Yohanan. when Obama sang Amazing Grace at the, I think it means sang, Amazing Grace at the church, he had the gay pride flag color put up at the White House.
I did not know that. I didn't remember that.
Well, yeah. Well, now we know what kind of person he was. He didn't say who he was, who he really was. Shalom, Melinda Curry. Shalom, Morning Chris. Shalom, Brother Benai. Shalom, Jimmy O'More. Uh, Shalom, Mother Hannah. Is there anywhere in the Bible that mentions Charlemagne indirectly? Revelation, Daniel, Horns. No, it doesn't mention. What it does mention though, the when you, for instance, in Revelation 17, what it does mention, um, in Revelation 17, verse 8, he said, "The beast that I saw," I mean, talking about Babylon the Great, a mother of harlots and abomination of the earth, that Revelation 17. But as far as mentioning Charlemagne, let me see, not there. I got it wrote down in the book. Okay. Um, the 10 horns of, I think it's Daniel and that last beast of Daniel. Um, yeah, in Daniel chapter 7. Look what it says about that beast in Daniel chapter 7. And Daniel chapter 7, um, it says in verse 19, "Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, according to exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and nails as nails of brass, which divide, break in pieces, and stamp the residue with his feet, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Now, look at that last beast. He says in verse 20, "And of the 10 horns
Mm-hmm.
that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows." And so we looked at that. The 10 horns is, uh, first one is Alaric, Alaric, Alaric.
Mm-hmm.
The next horn would be Odoacer. The next horn would be Theodoric. And so these are the three horns that were plucked up by the little horn. And then after him, now that would be the papal church, the popes. All right. The next after Theodoric was Justinian,
Mm-hmm.
and after Justinian you had Charlemagne. Then after Charlemagne you had Otto the Great, and after Otto the Great you had Napoleon, and after Napoleon you had Mussolini or Hitler,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when that 10th beast will be revealed. Okay, so yeah, uh, mother, it doesn't mention Charlemagne here in the book itself, but we're looking at different kingdoms that came upon the earth under that last beast, and Charlemagne was one of them. So yeah, in Daniel it does mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Shalom, Juan M. Smith.
Just keep passing.
You got him?
Yeah.
Okay. I tell you, why they watching us?
It's amazing. You call on another class, then you want to come over here and bring that over here. I advise them. Oh, well, He said no disrespect. Then you come right back and say it again.
Shalom, brother Adrian Davis. Shalom, brother Adawan Man Yasharala. Shalom, Esher Yasharala. Oh, you put that in there? Okay. Shalom, brother Benaiah. My question, should Matthew 5, could it be that Yeshua is teaching us to protect our thoughts because everything starts with a thought? Break it down to us, Elder Priest, please, sir. Well, you kind of answered your own question. It's what's in your heart. It's what you're thinking about that caused you to sin. And what you have here is the Mashiach's in chapter 5. That would be the Mashiach's law. And that would be fulfilling the prophecy in Isaiah chapter 42, where he's going to magnify the law and make it honorable. So when you go up into Matthew chapter 5, that is what he's doing there, showing there's a little bit more to the law than the law itself. It's the spirit that gave that law, so you got to wonder what more to that law could it be talking about. For instance, uh, well, just like we mentioned before in Matthew chapter 5, verse 27 and 28, you have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart. So yeah, that is the Mashiach law. So he's magnifying the law and making it honorable. Uh, in verse 31, it said, it have been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for a cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her, that is divorce committed for adultery. So again, that's the Mashiach law, making the law honorable. So brother Benaiah, um, well, when you keep it in the Mashiach law, and I understand the question because it goes right back to coveting. Like I said, you can look at a woman, but don't touch her. Right? Well, he's saying that's you've already done it in your heart. So how can you prevent that? You can't. You know why? Because your flesh, and that's what Satan counts on you, on your flesh. Look at the Mashiach when he came out of the wilderness. It said, "You be the son of Elohim, then turn this stone to bread, because I know you're hungry." Right? So he went to the law. Right? So the Mashiach is saying the same thing, that to even look upon a woman to lust after, you already commit adultery in your heart. Yeah.
So when we do it in our heart, we did even though maybe nobody know other than the Mashiach and Yahweh, we should still repent, right?
So
We should still repent.
you know, the flesh is always tempted. So who's tempting the flesh? Because you know you can be just going about your own business, thinking about Yahweh, all the goodness of Yahweh, righteousness. All of a sudden, a wayward thought coming to your mind. Where did that come from?
Well, should we repent
That
for
is something that you have to consider when you thinking about Yahweh, trying to approach unto Yahweh. You still flesh. So how do we know Yahweh ain't got Satan there to throw you off guard, throw you off a point, so you don't get too close to something you don't understand, right? So again, we're flesh, and you can't just walk up on Yahweh being flesh. So he'll stop you by letting Satan put that thought in your mind, so you have to start all over again, because you might be getting a little bit too close, and that could be dangerous.
But should we repent for those thoughts though still? Even though
Can you stop it
I
right
know
then?
should we still repent for those thoughts? Like we had a thought, even though they waver, we can't
Then it go
control them.
away?
Can't control them, but we still should repent for them. We can say, "Prayer, okay, I'm gonna repent for that thought, even though I can't control it, but I'm gonna repent for it." Shit, I mean, shouldn't that kind of that's the
Yeah,
way to
but
handle it?
well, it backed you off though, didn't it? So I think that was the main purpose.
Okay.
Back you off of Yahweh, because you don't know how close, what would happen to you if you got that close, get closer than you've been getting. Because Yahweh knows we keep trying to get close to him, because it tell you, come to Yahweh. But your flesh, and you can only go so far. Look at Nadab and Abihu, right? They thought they were doing something right when they burnt that strange fire. but Yahweh killed them. Wasn't nothing personal, but you just don't walk up on Yahweh any kind of way. Same thing with the tabernacle out there in the wilderness. The tabernacle had the Ark of the Covenant in it, but it had the Levites surrounding it, so the people wouldn't come nowhere near it. Because if they come somewhere near it, they'll die, drop down and die right there. So yeah, he only lets you go so far. But then they let that wayward thought come into your mind. Now you got to start all over again because you know you can't go back to where you were. So now you got to build back up to get to some level that he will allow you to come close to. So we don't want to suffer through that, man. People have wayward thoughts all the time, don't see nothing wrong with it, but it tears us apart. To think on Yahweh, and then a wayward thought coming out my eyes. My mind was at peace. No, now it's no longer at peace. Yeah. Let's see. But so yeah, brother Benaiah, yeah. Again, that what's happened when you try to get close to Yahweh, you still flesh. Shalom, brother Allah Hayam ben Yasharala. Shalom, one M. Smith. We have to repent, turn away from that sin, never think it again, cast a beam out of thine own eye. We have to pluck it out of our minds because we have to think, oh, really? Did you?
He gone.
He gone? Okay.
M. Smith just passing.
Okay. He won't listen, will it?
Sound like he need his own congregation.
Don't argue with him no more. Okay.
He gone.
Shalom, Terry Outlaw. Shalom, brother Haya Yehuda ben Israel. Shalom, one M. Smith. Reply to.
Keep on.
Okay. Shalom, Judaiah. Judaiah, tell Elder Stephen that we going to have to do a fact check on some things. 3 bullets. LOL. Yeah, this just sound like baby. Yeah. Shalom. Isaiah 45, 1 Timothy 2 and 9, 1 Peter 2, 3 and 4 talks about public modesty. All right. I thought privacy, nakedness is not sin for women. You seen any women lately? We're talking about women going outside the door and looking like that, half naked. So uh, yeah, that's but of course the women back in those days were not nothing like today. But yeah, you're right. It talks about being modest, and these women today are not modest. You can do anything you want behind closed doors with your husband, or but outside those closed doors, yeah, you got to carry yourself a certain way. Um, in Proverbs, brother Mikael, in Proverbs 8:22 and 31, can you tell us who is this and what they are doing? Because because in verse 35 he said, "Whosoever findeth me findeth life." Let's see here. That's Proverbs 8:22. Let's see. Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of his way before his works of old. Uh, I was set up from everlasting from the beginning of or ever earth was. When there was no depth, I was brought forth. When there were no fountain, abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the earth world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he had set a compass upon the face of the earth depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him, and as one brought up with him, I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in the habitable part of its earth, and my judgments were with the sons of men. And it says, can you tell us who is this and what they are doing? Because in verse 35, it says, whosoever findeth me findeth life. 35 is for whosoever findeth me findeth life and shall obtain favor of Yahweh. Well, let's look at verse 1 in Proverbs chapter 8. So does not wisdom cry and understanding put forth her voice? Well, this whole chapter is wisdom, the spirit of wisdom talking. She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way, in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in, at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, my voice is to the sons of men. O you simple, understand wisdom, and you fools, be you of understanding, of an understanding heart. Here, I will speak excellent things, and opening my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that findeth knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwelling with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, and arrogancy in the evil way, and a forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I I am understanding, I have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early find me. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. So again, this is wisdom talking. That's who it is. Wisdom is a spirit, just like knowledge. Knowledge is a spirit, and understanding is a spirit. Uh, I told a sister that, but she had to hear it from your mouth to believe me. LOL. You're talking about that woman seed. Now, when you go up into Genesis chapter 3, it does mention that Yahweh can put in between you and the woman and her seed and your seed. Well, you have to take that to the next level of understanding. And since you know that women do not carry seed, it must be referring to something else for someone to carry seed. So that something else is the children of Israel. They're the ones that carry seed. But she, I appreciate that, brother Cujo Goody. Shalom, Timmy Turner. Shalom, Mother Hannah. Thanks a bunch, Elder. Appreciate it. Shalom, brother Benign. Down, Elder. That's deep. Praise God. Praise God. Awesome. AEP, True L. I don't have anything after AEP.
That's it.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and shut it down. Appreciate that, Facebook. We're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Good question, good comments.
Okay.
And join us on our next Bible study, our history class. This coming Thursday, which is Tuesday night at 8:00 p.m. Shalom.
No more.
Huh?
No more.
Oh, new moon. We got the new moon. I'm sorry. Thank you.
We just gonna eat. They already did my class. We'll just eat and go home.
Who you got reading for you, man?
Nobody, y'all already did class. Y'all said everything I'm gonna say anyway. Just come up in
Yeah, well, good thing it's a break. Now you can write a whole new song.
Shalom, welcome to the new moon feast. Let us go on and eat. We'll pray and then we'll eat and leave.
All right. Again, we got a new moon feast coming up this Wednesday. Was it the 19th?
That's your birthday, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Facebook. Thank